What are we to make of this? The blood red waters all over the earth. This is something that I've been looking at for around 7 years, all over the world. The one in Turkey was especially wild. Even one here in Canada where a river turned blood red. Like, look at that. So, we know in the book of Revelation it speaks of bodies of water turning blood red. If we were to go by the doctrines, or rather the belief system of those who are full preterists, then this would need to be a psyop. This would need to be something that they're putting out there to fool us all. But they're not. The media scantily covers this, if at all. And when they do cover it, some of the reasons behind their explanations are ridiculous. Not long ago, I was looking into waters in Indonesia turning bright red, and at first they said it was a spice factory. The flood had come and broken a spice factory, and it was spices. But then they later changed it that day to a batik factory, and it was in fact ink. Of course it's red ink. If you look into this, you will see that the reasoning behind that all these waters all over the world for so many years turning red are not adding up. It does not pass the smell test. So, for those who believe that the book of Revelation has been fulfilled, how do we explain this? This is not a psyop. If this was a psyop, it would be all over the news. They'd be letting us know constantly, oh, look, all you believers, look where we are. Aren't we fooling you? That's not the case. So I just like to put it out there that I don't think that prophecy is linear. I don't think it's necessarily linear. I don't think that it is purely literal or symbolic. I think that if we treat visions rather, like the book of Revelation and the visions, I think that Peter's vision is a really good place to sort of stand back and just think about how visions are to be interpreted. Because if we had interpreted Peter's vision by what it said and what it looked at like at face value in a literal way, we would be wrong. We would have completely missed the mark on what his vision actually meant. So I think that if we remember that about Peter's vision, sort of step back and think about many of the visions in the Bible and how they are symbolic and at times literal. We need the Holy Spirit to really help us through these things, but also understanding the patterns in the Bible that seem to echo. It's like there's prophecies that have come to pass and they have been fulfilled, but there's this completion, there's this cup of iniquity that must be full, and the wrath and the judgment of God seems to continually fall upon those who transgress him in a sort of pattern, and that there's some mystery. There is some mystery to the book of Revelation. There is some mystery to prophecy and visions. And what are we to make of these blood red waters all over the world? I encourage you to look them up and let me know what you think.